So dear students, last time you have studied that the invertebrates, and this year you have to go to study about the vertebrates. So you don't know, do you know that the difference between vertebrates and the invertebrates? Generally you can say that is the chordata and the non-chordata. Chordata means you know very well. Chorda means that is the Greek term, actually chorda means Greek term derived from string. The presence of string in the body is called the chordata. And the non-chordata means the absence of that chorda or the string. So here you can say the chordata. Chordata. So last time you have studied that actually the animal kingdom has been studied into invertebrate or the vertebrate, or you can say the chordata and the non-chordata, and these are the two main divisions. One is non means absence. So later I will discuss chordata. So here this term is derived from Greek chorda. Chorda means string. So generally, if you ask that what is the difference between the chordata and the non-chordata, generally you can say the animals which are having the backbone, these are called the chordates, and those animals don't have the backbone, these are called the invertebrates or the non-chordates. But actually that is the wrong. Chordate or vertebrate or the vertebrate is presence or absent in the secondary characters. That. But actually what happens, notochord, presence of notochord is the main primary or the primitive characters, and that distinguishes or the differentiate, that is the non-chordata and the chordata. How do you differentiate? Actually, what are the main components or the main properties of this chordata? One is presence of notochord. Presence of notochord. This is the string line. So here the body structure having in the lower form, this is notochord, and the second one is presence of nerve cord. Just I will explain first nerve cord, and third one is presence of gill clefts. So these are the three important characteristic which are absent in non-chordates. Non means absent. So presence of notochord, presence of nerve cord, presence of gill clefts, these are the characteristic feature of chordata, and these are totally absent in case of the non-chordates. So here you can say, in other terms you can say, absence of notochord, nerve cord and the gill clefts indicates that the non-chordates. So here notochord, as I told in the beginning, notochord. So notochord is the lower forms, in the lower form, that is just like it is the string-like, or you can say a rod-like structure that is present, or you can say present from anterior to posterior side. Anterior to posterior side, that is a string-like structure, and that gives a definite shape of the body. Presence of notochord, it gives the shape of the body of the animals. In higher forms, in lower forms you are not able to see different types of the shape, but in the higher forms, due to presence of this notochord, gives a definite shape to the body. And the nerve cord, you can say, nerve cord means this is the nerve cord. It is a elongated structure, a elongated hard, you can say, the structure that will be runs from anterior toward the posterior or brain to caudal region, up to brain to the caudal region. Elongated, a solid structure will be runs, you can say it is the brain, and here you can say this, and which gives rise to as pivotis like, or you can say the accessory or the secondary growth, and this is called the nerve system, peripheral nerve, and this is called the nerve cord. It runs from, it consists this the brain to caudal, so it is elongated structure, and that is called the nerve. And nerve cord is able to see in almost all type of the animals. And the next we can say that the gill clefts. So these are connected with the respiration. Gill clefts are connected with the respiration. So these may or may not present in the adults or the higher forms. So instead of these, the gill clefts or the gills may be replaced by means of pulmonary respiration, or you can say lungs or some other parts of the respiratory structure, you can say. So that will be replaced in the higher form. But in the lower forms of the beginning, so gill clefts. So presence of notochord, nerve cord and gill clefts are the characteristic feature of the chordates. These are three important. These are the three important or basic or the fundamental characters that distinguish notochord and the nerve cord. And apart from these, other than the general characters, other than general characters of chordata, so you can say the habit and habitat. So you are able to see all over the worldwide, you can say. So you can say they are cosmopolitan, or you can say that if you go for the Antarctic, the polar region, or you can say tropical, or you can say the temperate zone, wherever you are able to see, these are able to show that their presence. So these are what you can say, they are the all over the world, they are the distribution. And so when you come up with the distribution, again they may be aquatic, you know aquatic very well, and they may be terrestrial, and they may be volant or the aerial, and some of them are subterrestrial, or fossorial, cursorial, means living inside the ground or the burrows. And all these are able to show this is the nature where they are, means some animals are preferred to live in the water, out of the water, on the land, or in the air. So these are called the different. So second, you can say the body structure. The body structure means you are able to see that a definite structure. They are the bilateral symmetrical, you know very well, bilateral symmetrical, triploblastic, no doubt, triploblastic, some other characters, triploblastic, bilaterally, triploblastic, and coelomate, you can say eucoelomate, better say that is the coelomate forms. So all these are general characters, all these are. And apart from these, they have got the paired appendages. They have got the paired appendages. Appendages means either may be walking or the swimming purpose. Means they are meant for the movement or the motion or the locomotion purpose or the motion or the swimming purpose. If there is aquatic, the fins or some other type of the organs are able to see. And if they are the terrestrial, there are the legs or you can say pods or some other type of the. And if they are living or you can say volant mode of life, they are able to have the wing-like structures or you can say wings. So these are the meant for different types of. Depends upon that. So these are called the paired appendages, help in locomotion or to take movement from one place to another place or from one place to another place. So they are paired appendages. And fourth, you can say next, you can say paired. Apart from these, there are some other type of the general characters you can say. Here that is the cartilage. You can say the skeleton. You can say that the skeleton. Skeleton in the beginning you can say the cartilage or bone you can say. So skeleton. And most of the animals shows the endoskeleton. And due to presence of these you can say. Now we can come across here higher forms, not in the lower forms. In the higher forms you are able to see this is a peculiar structure that is skeleton presence in higher form, and that may be made by cartilage or the bones. It is made by skeletal system or the endoskeleton is made by skeletal system is made by cartilage or the bone, and due to presence of these cartilage or the bone or the endoskeleton, as I told, the animals have got a definite structure, a definite shape to show the movement, or you can say their body structure will be identified on the base of their endoskeleton. So this is the endoskeleton. And the next you can say there is some other type of the characters you can say respiration. As I told, respiration in the lower form, that is the gill clefts, and the higher forms there are the lungs, cutaneous. Cutaneous means you can say general body surface or the skin, through the skin, cutaneous. In case of the amphibians, we are able to see that both general body surface as well the pulmonary type of the respiration. Pulmonary means having the lungs, you can say, respiratory system. And the next you can say the circulatory system, either closed type. Most of the animals shows that the closed type, and blood may be usually the red, you can say, of the red blood process. So closed type means the definite blood vessels are there, through which blood vessels the blood flows within the blood vessels. So that is the closed type of the circulatory system. And the heart may be the 2-chambered or the 3-chambered or the 4-chambered, depends upon their habit and the habit. Again they have been classified in different types, you can say. Next you can say circulation. Excretion, you can say. Excretion. Then what is the excretion here? Well developed. Well developed means highly developed, or you can say well developed metanephric kidneys. metanephrin kidneys, and they play an important role to sort out the ammonia or the ammonium product in the form of a urea, uric acid or ammonia, direct ammonia, uric acid as the urea indirectly. So the excretory system, they are the paired kidney. All these are the paired kidney. Kidneys plays an important role to eliminate nitrogen's waste of the toxic substance from the body. Excretion. The next we can say that is nervous system. Nervous system. So nervous system is well developed because they have got the definite shape, size as well the body, and they have got the nervous system, and due to well developed, well marked, we can say, due to well developed, well marked cephalization. What it means by the cephalization? Cephalization means head formation, a clear head, a distinguished head. So you can say this is the head, neck, you can say like this here, body, and hand. The head is developed means cranium, and so this inside the cranium, the brain is well developed, and when the brain is well developed, we can say the nervous system is well developed, and you are able to perceive any stimuli from the external world. So the paired nerves, pharyngeal, the peripheral, as well as some other type of the sensory, or you can say motor, or both sensory and motor, means both such type of the nervous system is developed. So it is well developed, and as a result of they are able to show the extreme, or you can say high level of that the living mode of life, you can say well developed or the well modified life we are able to see because of well developed or well matured or evolutionary, by means of the evolutionary characters. The brain is well developed, along with that the nervous system is also well developed, and as a result of the living system is, or the living life is well developed, we are able to see. And apart from these, we are able to see that one more characteristic, that is the reproduction. So you know very well, reproduction here, most of these reproduction is sexual here. Sexes are separate, and sometimes sexes may be united. If they are separate, then you can say the unisexual forms. If they are the united, you can say the here some. But usually what happens, majority of them are able to show that the sexes are separate. Even some animals, they are able to show that sexual dimorphism. Some animals are able to show that the sexual dimorphism. Sexual dimorphism means on the basis of external morphological characters, you are able to make out male and the female. So here some of the higher forms, most of the higher forms, the sexual dimorphism is clearly seen. And sometimes sexual dimorphism cannot be seen in the usual time. Only during the breeding time you are able to see that. So these are the general factors. And so next you can see the development. So what is the development here? Development means most of the animals shows the direct development. In some, like you can say some of the protochordates and some of the amphibians, you are able to see that. There is the development is indirect. Indirect development means you know very well that larval stage. Am I right? Larval stage. And this larval stage differentiate entirely different from its parents. So here after successive metamorphosis, this young one will be converted into the parent one. So that is the metamorphosis one of the stage, and after successive metamorphosis, larva will be converted into young of the adult drop, just like its parent. So this is the here. This is the main characteristic feature of the chordata.